Bookish friends, welcome to another tag video. This tag video can also be considered as the final video of the series of videos that I'm doing for the end of the year of 2021. I will do two similar themed tags which evaluates the books that I've read in 2021. The book Postscript Tag and also and end of the year book tag. I was tagged by Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading for the book Postscript Tag. I saw the version that Kelly did for the second tag as well. And I will link both of the original tag videos down below in the description box. The first question in the book Postscript Tag is the longest book you read this year and the book that took you the longest to finish. It is the same book for both of the questions. Vintage Mystery and Detective Stories, edited by David Stuart Davies. This book has 1276 pages and I read it through 6 months and it was a buddy read with Janelle at Two Fan of Book, and that buddy reading experience was one of the highlights of my reading year 2021. Question 2. A book you read this year that was outside of your comfort zone. I think it was the first manga that I read, My Brother's Husband. It was outside of my comfort zone because I had to read it from right to left, which is very different from the type of reading that I'm more used to. I struggled a bit in the first 15 or 20 pages, then the story sucked me in, and so I think it was a good decision to try a book that was outside of my comfort zone. Question 3. How many books did you reread? I reread 3 books. Murder in Mesopotamia by Agatha Christie, Persuasion by Jane Austen, and Cranford by Elizabeth Gaskell. Question 4. Favorite reread of this year? When Persuasion by Jane Austen is involved in one of the choices, and if it talks about a favorite book, I will 100% choose Persuasion. Book you read for the first time that you look forward to rereading in the future. I am looking forward to rereading my favorite book of 2021, The Remains of the Day by Kazu Ishiguro. It was the writing style that was very, very beautiful. That made me enjoy reading the book. Because it was not plot related, it is a book that I could reread many times. Question 6. Favorite single short story or novella that you read this year? It was The Mystery of Room 666 by Jacques Futrell. I read this for March Mystery Madness. In March, I did read short stories for all the prompts. This one was the best, and I plan to read many works by Jacques Futrell. Question 7. Mass Appeal. A book you liked and would recommend to a wide variety of readers. I think it will be Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes because it can interest many different type of readers. It can interest readers of science fiction apparently. It can interest the readers of general fiction, speculative fiction, and also non-fiction. When I was reading the book, I had many questions forming in my head. I thought it was a perfect book for a book club, and I'm so glad I read it for my real life book club so that we can discuss it with my friends. And also I learned many new things, so it was sort of like a non-fiction book in that sense. Question 8. Specialized appeal. A book you liked but would be hesitant to recommend to just anyone. I think it's Outlier. First of all, it's a tome, and although I enjoyed it very much, it takes commitment to read this book. And it also has sex scenes, sexual abuse scenes, and some of the content regarding physical violence is quite gore. So I need to know if the reader is comfortable with reading such scenes before I recommend Outlander to anyone. Question 9. Reflect your year as a bookish content creator, goals met, good bad memories, favorite videos you made, etc. It was a great year overall for me as a content creator. The highlight of the year was, of course, the readathon that I co-hosted, which was Christie's Missing Readathon, which happened between the dates of December 4th and December 11th. and I co-hosted this readathon about Agatha Christie with Naomi and Carrie. Question 10 is tagging some fellow bookish content creators. We are in the middle of January. I will not tag anybody specific, but if you like this tag and you want to do it, please consider yourselves tagged by me. And now we are coming to the second tag and end of the year book tag. Question 1. How did you feel about this reading year? You can choose an adjective or expand. This is very similar to the last question I answered in the previous tag, but I can say that it was productive because I made a series of videos many times and made special videos for the readathon that I'm co-hosting and other readathons as well. Question 2. What are 2 phases or authors you went through this year? I went through a Julia Quinn phase because I picked the Bridgerton series from the series cup in February for a series to binge read, and I binge read 9 books, including the sequel Novella. Quite enjoyed the series and had a few new romance favorite books in the series. And I also had a year full of Agatha Christie. I read 14 Agatha Christie books. One of my goals was to read 1 book per Agatha Christie in a month. And in December, because of the readathon, I read 3. And I also joined Read Christie 2021, and I finished all of the prompts in that card. In the last couple of years, I have not read Agatha Christie much, so it was great to go back to my favorite author and read more from her. Question 3. What is the book you regret not reading? I do not think there is any such a book, because even if I plan to read a book and if I can't, regret is a very strong use for me to use as an answer for the books that I didn't read. Question 4. What is something you learned from reading this year? I learned that I enjoy large books much more when I body read them. And I also think that discussing the book with other friends is an additional motivation for finishing the book a bit sooner. Question 5. What is a book you wished you talked about more? I wish I had talked more about First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire Knowles. I mentioned how much I loved it in my wrap-up, and I think in just one of the tag videos. This book made the list of my top 5 favorite books, but there are always tag videos to praise about the books that I've read previously. Question 6. What is the non-bookish highlight, movie, show, song, podcast, etc.? I started watching Gilmore Girls for the first time this year, and I am now understanding all the buzz. I think although the show can be outdated in some themes, the relationship between the mother and the daughter is great, and I also have 2 favorite characters in the show, who are Luke Danes and Emily Gilmore. And I also really liked a mini-series that I watched, which was Wanda's Vision. I liked the unique structure of the TV series, which included themes from sitcoms from different time periods, and also the general theme of dealing with grief was dealt very cleverly, as well as having an exciting superhero plot, of course. Question 7. What is the greatest outlier in your books? I love going to the theater, although I could not go to a theater for almost 2 years because of the pandemic. Also do like reading play scripts and listening to them as audiobooks. But interestingly, 2 of my least favorite books were plays. So this was the outlier of 2021 as regards to books. Question 8. What book are you most excited to revisit? I think aside from Remains of the Day, I think it will be interesting to read The Man in the Brown Suit by Agatha Christie again, because of the plot twist. I will not explain much because it would be spoilers. Question 9. What video are you most proud of? I am generally proud of my Turkish Shelf series, in which I talk about Turkish books, Turkish authors. and books set in Turkey, which is of course unique to me as a Turkish booktuber. But my favorite among them is my video about Agatha's Keys in Peripelas, which was a special video that I made for the Christie's Missing Readathon. And the last question is, what is your favorite last line of a book? Choose a line which would contain the least amount of spoilers. The last line of Still Alice. Did I get it right? Asked Alice. You did, Mom. You got it exactly right. This line was very emotional at the end of a very powerful book. Those were my answers for the 2 tags, which deals with the books that I've read in 2021. Please comment down below what was your non-bookish highlight. And if you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. As for Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose postscript. Postscript means dipnot in Turkish, and dipnot is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.